Can you hear me? I can't hear you if you're
This
talking.
meeting is being recorded.
Oh, wait, my camera was on. Can you hear me? Oh, you can't? Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can't. I'm not able to hear you at this time. That's all. Or at least that you'd are you able to unmute? Or someone else is here. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I hit admit. You should be allowed to come in. There. Mhm.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I got this MacBook. I'm trying to figure out how to use it.
Uh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You're good. Um, yeah, I got your account, but I have everything in front of me. And really, like this call is just to really go over. It's like not a coaching call. It's just to show you the school group, how it works, and what you can do with it, really. And then of course, if you have like any questions or just need direction, I can help you with that. Because I've been doing funding for 9 years now. I started off doing personal funding, and then over time, I got into business funding. I'd say 2020 is when I learned, and 2023 is when I got my first approvals. Um, Right now, though, do you already have a business set up? What kind of business do you own?
Yes, sir. Um I created an LLC to um for government contracting,
Okay.
and I'm kind of on the fence because I do work a job, but I have
Mm.
my LLC that um that I like it's certain things that I was
Hmm.
required to do to be able to do business with the federal government. And I'm in a place where, I want to learn a skill to where I can fire my boss. And uh, I think government contracting was a good place to learn. And so
Yeah.
uh, that is that's my purpose as far as like what do I use my LLC for? That was my purpose for
Mm.
that LLC. But as far as me being, having businesses generating income and so forth, I don't have that.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. A lot of startups are like that. That's not a big deal because the type of products that you can get as a startup generally is 0% business cards. And I teach how to do that in the course, right? So you'll be good. Oh, I forgot to ask just before we got started. How did you find my group?
Uh Possibly on social media, maybe an ad. Um,
Okay.
to be honest with you, I can't say for sure, but I know that I'm already familiar with school because I belong to different school groups.
Right.
I found a couple. school groups where the class is on government contracting.
Hmm.
And so being that I was already familiar with school and I saw your platform, I was like, okay, because I recently like really been looking at trade lines and
Right.
I know that some people are making money off of them. And, I know a couple people that got like, you know, $20,000 credit cards and $50,000 business credit cards.
Yes.
And but I don't have that stuff. So my friends, they put me on some of their credit cards
Right.
to help my credit profile.
I
And
see.
yeah, but I'm just learning, man. Like, even with my my MacBook,
Right.
I'm I like I have it, but I don't really know how to use it. You know what I mean? So like I mean in certain things I'm intelligent, but in other things I'm stupid. So not stupid, but like, I need to learn more.
That's all right. I mean, I feel like that's how it is with many people, right? Um,
Yeah.
that's why there's professions. It's just what you're good at, you know? Um,
Yeah.
so that's how you found me. I understand you want to do government contracting. I guess why did you end up joining my group specifically though? Because there's tons of sources where you can get financial education, and I'm just curious as to why specifically my group did you decide to join? That's all.
Well, on my education to
Yeah.
learn more about credit and funding, I like the school platform and I'm pretty sure it was something I seen, right? And my notes is kind of like disorganized, but I'm sure it had to been something I saw that got my attention uh about your school platform. But I'm pretty sure that while you can teach me some stuff about trade lines and funding, uh I'm sure I can add something, some kind of value to your community as well. But yeah, I'm just really I'm a student, man.
Right. No, that's awesome. I like it. And I'm glad that it was probably the business credit AI that teaches you how to do it that's free. Just because it will help you with the Paydex and all that. Now the thing is that I'm curious to know though, are you looking to do all this so that you can get your business funded?
Well, I mean, I definitely want to do that,
Uh-huh.
but I got to do my part as far as like my credit profile because I have a couple derogatories I need to get off.
Okay.
Definitely would love to fund my business, which would give me the opportunity to work more on my business.
Mm.
And
Got it.
um, it's really like where I work is how can I say it? Like it takes up a lot of my time, so I'm looking for like an alternative.
Okay.
And I've looked at a couple of other things aside from government contracting. It's just a matter of finding what like aligns with the direction I'm going. You know
I
what I
see.
mean? Because like even with the trade lines, um, like I said, it got my attention because I've met people who said that they were making money off of buying and selling trade lines. I say, I don't know if I could or couldn't, but maybe I should look at it a little closer to see if I can learn more about how that works.
I see. Yeah, so basically what my school group does and what it's for is to go ahead and show people, whether that be business owners or real estate investors, on how to build business credit so that they can go get funded. And
Hmm.
that's what I teach, right? I don't
Okay.
I don't sell the trade lines or anything like that, just because the way business financing works, it doesn't affect the outcome, right? And neither does like building up what is called like a Paydex, like that isn't needed. The what is
Yeah.
affected in business funding is the credit score. And so that's really what I teach is like as I show
So there's
people
a difference
Mhm.
between I thought the Paydex is the business score.
Yeah, there's a big difference on how things are underwritten. The Paydex is specifically for like your payment history of vendor accounts, not so much credit accounts. Because
Okay.
yeah, there's factories that give out these vendor lines and it's for that specifically, right? But
Okay. Yeah, I had all that stuff like Quill, Granger, Uline. Yeah, I had all that stuff.
yeah, and so it does and doesn't help. If the goal is to get funded, then
Yeah,
that stuff isn't
it's
gonna
irrelevant.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And
Okay. And
that's
so,
what my course does. It lets people know that it's irrelevant. And then yeah.
okay. Now I have paid for my Experian business credit account
Hmm.
and like my computer got stolen and like it's just all this crazy stuff had happened. So I don't know exactly where it is. I mean, it's probably like I'd have to dig it out of my email. But I also saw I think it's a Dun and Bradstreet report, right? And so with
Yes.
what I've learned as far as uh like trade lines and stuff like that, I know you can add trade lines to build your personal credit report. So I imagine you can add like business trade lines to build your business credit report too, correct?
Well, that's the whole idea is like on the personal side, how you can add authorized users. The whole
Yeah,
idea behind Paydex is you add these net 30 vendor accounts, which you can call trade lines, to
yeah.
go ahead and get the business credit. However, it's true that you will build the Paydex and the Duns and Bradstreet. However, what isn't true is that that stuff does not have any effect on whether or not you can get a business credit card or a business loan or a business line of credit. There are other things that lenders look at when it comes to figuring out if you can get funded.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Mhm. And
Okay.
that's what I specifically teach in my school is I still show people how to get the net 30s, the gas cards, the Paydex score, the Duns and Bradstreet. However, I make it clear in that by doing this though, like this doesn't mean you're gonna get funded. Here are the things that do matter for you to go and get funded. And then at the end, I also let people know a basic, quick overview of what it's like to do a credit sec, and I give them the steps. So basically, everything's there. And then the
Yeah.
premium plan, that's everything. That's like the actual funding strategies on how I go and get clients funded.
Okay. Okay. And how much do you charge?
To go ahead and for funding or for what for sorry what for what
Yeah, for funding.
for funding it depends like if you wanted me to go ahead and help you get funded the consulting offer I basically work with you until you get funded and it depends on the file prep, right? You said you're
Yeah.
working on your credit score right now, like are you do you have negative items?
Yes. But
Okay.
I have uh a friend, well actually I have a couple who they are interested in funding and you have you have people who like they're not a man of their word. So it's
Hmm.
like and then and I look at both sides of the street because I got some friends where they're not really like business savvy, but their credit profile is strong, like
Hmm.
820. And it's like the purpose of business funding is to do business,
Yes.
right? But my friend, he was in the military, and I'm questioning his ability to effectively do business.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's it's a weird situation, but I never really knew that some of the people who served in the military, some of these guys, they have some stuff going on mentally. You know what I mean? But as far as his comprehension, as far as money and how credit works, I mean, he had added me to a trade line. I mean, he added me to a couple of his credit cards, and he don't use them. Like years would pass, and he don't use them.
Right.
There'll be zero balance. And so I learned a lot about credit from him. But as
Yeah.
far as his ability to do good business, I don't know if he could or couldn't. But I know he says he was interested in more funding. So he was
Right.
kind of teaching me, and I was kind of looking for people that could effectively help him get funding
Yeah.
for
No,
his business.
absolutely. Yeah, I've been doing the funding for a while, and that is a thing that does that I see. And that's why I specifically state in my offer that my offer is only to go and get the funding.
Yeah,
And if you do not have a
not
plan
to
in
hold
place
your hand and walk you through business.
on how to, yeah, exactly. And so I've turned people away because they've made me feel uncomfortable because they continue to ask me what to do with it. And I have no problem
Oh,
with like beginners, but then it's like at this point, it's like, uh, you continue to ask like what to do. It's like I'm not gonna put you in a weird position. Like I like most of everyone, I don't have to do that. I don't have to protect people that way, but I have my NMLS license as well, though, so I am held to a higher standard than someone else that does what I do but is unlicensed because you don't need a license for this, right? But that's the key difference between me and everyone else is like I really look at those things. I can like I can do just about everything else what other funding companies do, but I just look at things a little bit more closer just because I've been doing this for 9 years, right? Whether it be on the
yeah.
personal side or on the business or helping a friend or doing it myself. But yeah, my strategy is working. He can either do it himself or I can do it for you consulting offer or do it with you because like it's really there's pieces that you'd still have to do on your end. But it all depends really on the credit profile and then the situation as well, you
Mhm.
know?
Well, I mean, my hesitation comes from what I said as far as his capability to do
Mhm.
business, but his profile is immaculate. Like when I say immaculate, no, there's nothing derogatory there. He gets his cards and he don't touch them. I mean, he use them, but some of them he don't even touch. And so that lets me know that he know how to sit on money. A lot of people don't know how to sit on money, you know.
Yeah.
But with business funding, I'm thinking you're supposed to use it. So, and then I heard you don't go past like 50%, but you are supposed to use it. It just depends, because his family, they have a lot of real estate. They're out there in
Yeah.
Los Angeles. And so I'm here in Texas. So you got a different mindset. And so I'm trying to, change my way of looking at stuff.
Mm.
And, like I say, he's taught me a lot just being around him, talking to him. I learned a lot. But it's just a growing thing. But I see that uh on your platform it says how to get funded.
Yeah, and that's the piece that I explained the basics to credit stacking.
Okay. And do you like for after 9 years, are you good at credit card stacking or are you into like lines of credit or like
Yeah, no,
what do you
I that's what I wanted to show you as well is like some of the approvals I got recently.
yeah.
So
Which lenders are you involved with? Like, or do you help get funding from certain banks or like
I I used a good amount. What happened? Here it is. So this one is a recent one. This one was for 20,000. this is what one of my first lines of credit that I got for a client. That's 250,000. This was the date we got it. That
How
was
much is that?
this was 250. And the reason why this is 250, by the way, I want to make it clear, is that they had their tax returns, right? And that's the stuff that I know about, is like I know how to get these, and it's not how people think it is, right?
Yeah,
And this one's $100,000 line of credit on the 27th. This is the same client again. This isn't the ideal case, but my point is like if I get a profile, I know how to work it, right? And even if it's not the ideal profile, I just know, right? And this one's for 50,000 about a year ago. So this was a year ago, and this one's an express line. This is one of the banks, WaFd, right? WaFd is one of them. They still are good, but which one was this? It's an email that I got by Flagstar. No, this is Flagstar. This is another $100,000 line. They were good, but now they require documents, right? And so it all depends and varies, and that's what I teach in this, and is like how to find the banks. Mainly the line of credit strategy is my favorite, and that's what the call scripts
oh,
are,
okay,
right?
okay,
Yeah, but that's what I really do though. I do that full time. Is I do the consulting for
yeah,
clients, and I get them funding. And I decided to build this school as a side project.
yeah,
Honestly, that's really what. Yeah, because well, really the idea of the guide itself, I started that like 3 years ago, no, 4 years ago, almost five, because I was working with the copywriting coach.
yeah,
Yeah, and he's not well known. It's a lot of copywriters actually aren't that well known, but they're really good
yeah.
marketers, right? And so yeah, I would write the like I created it all with him really in that copywriting group. And
And
over the years, it's changed. Sorry, go on.
no, I was trying to find out what are you in the United States? Like, what part of the country are you in?
Yeah, I'm in the U.S. I live in Chandler, Arizona. I should probably start letting people know that. I forget because I'm used to doing what's it called? My consulting calls and working with clients. But I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. A lot of guys they out of either Atlanta or Chicago or California. I know a
Right.
couple people in New York, Florida, but rarely have I heard Arizona. You got different people out there helping people with business funding. That'd be a surprise to me.
Yeah, there's a few. It's me, my friend Chris. The only other person that I know that does funding like us is our friend Blake. Well, my friend Chris doesn't really talk to him anymore, but I kind of do. His name's Blake. He still does funding. I kind of know a good amount of people that are in the space, but in Arizona, those are the people. I don't know anyone else though, really.
Yeah, yeah. What about like, I mean, are you cool with any underwriters or anything like that?
So the thing is that the way I do the strategy on getting people approved, I don't need to do that. Especially for the business cards, it's not really needed, especially like now with so many people getting into the industry as well. A lot of the things that used to work, like for example, the BMR trick, that now
Yeah,
if you were to do that, because it's so popular, everyone's posting about it, the banks now know your chances of your application getting flagged have increased than if you were to just do it online, you know? So,
yeah,
and that's why like I don't really need an underwriter though, because especially if it's a line of credit, the way I call the banks and position the client, I don't have to know anyone, right?
yeah,
No.
yeah. That's cool. I've never heard of no BMR trick. What is that?
That's like getting a business a relationship manager to look at your file and process everything.
Oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and
You
and
said
it
you
doesn't
don't need that.
not for the big national banks, but you know where it does work is the
Yeah,
local regional banks. Like for example, Sunflower.
yeah,
Sunflower is one of those banks where it's actually a good idea to get a BMR because they're only in, I think, California, Arizona, and Florida, right? And that's another thing. That's like what's unique about my strategy is some like if someone's patient enough or if I really want to maximize something, then I go I that's what I do. I target the regional banks that not many people know of. Because WaFd, if you notice the lines of credit, the BMO, WaFd, and Flagstar, those three banks, those are all they're not national bank like they are, but they're mainly regional banks, you know? So
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
another key difference is like I can take it to that level if I wanted to. If someone's that patient, I can really work.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Because I done talked to different people and everybody had their own method. Like with the credit card stacking,
Yeah,
like I I can't say that's easy, but when it comes to like those lines of credit,
right,
like large limit lines of credit, it's really like, you know, I mean, it just depends on what level you on. Like for you to have 10 years of experience, right? Like I've been doing taxes
right,
for and I only do them like I used to do them hardcore, but now I really kind of just lightened up and I'm focusing on my vision. You know what I
right,
mean? Because a couple years ago, I mean, I made some real good money and then I stepped
mhm,
away from the money and I started looking at like the education part as far as like how a lot of these different tax forms work.
right.
And a lot of people, some of my clients, they began to understand, but it's my job to communicate it to them to where they can easily understand it more. And it's like I don't want to pretend like I know more than I really do. Like I tell you, I'm a student. You know
Right,
what I mean? But at the same time, I've been around certain people and they've motivated me towards entrepreneurship.
right.
And I know, like, I'm willing to humble myself and work a job, but I know as soon as I'm ready, I can kind of pivot and take off. It's just a matter of me being patient and like waiting on God's timing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, there
I
is a timing of things for sure.
Timing, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, uh, but I do want to know, like, if a person profile is already in order, like I say, I have to get a couple derogatories off,
Right,
something bad happened, and I kind of trusted my brother, and some stuff happened. But if a person's credit profile is already in order, as far as
right.
like no derogatories, no inquiries, blah blah blah, they already have a couple strong profile. How long would it take for you to get that person funded? Whether it's 20 grand, 100 grand, like how long? Uh,
It's about 45 days,
okay,
probably sooner, like within 30. The more complex though, the longer it takes, but generally it's 30 to 45. That's the most common turnaround time.
okay, and how much do you charge?
Yeah, so basically it depends on the file prep and what I have to do and where everything's at, right? So I charge anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 for the consulting fee.
Is
And I
that
don't
on
know,
the
have you
front
looked
end or
in
back end?
on the front end, on the front end. So I don't do the back end funding fees of like 10%. I think the
Yeah,
other one is like 8, and then I've seen sometimes they go as high as 15, right? So
yeah, I didn't say like I didn't know much about funding, but the person who my friend in Los Angeles, he seems to rather pay on the front end
mhm. Yeah,
because
it has to do with how people sometimes pay. Sometimes they don't pay us.
yeah. Wow, you mean you'll get somebody funded and they wouldn't want to pay?
yeah, they wouldn't want to pay. I mean, it's fine, right? I mean, it's not fine,
No, that's not fun because
but
you're
like you just like
working.
there's not much that you can do. And it's not just this is a common problem with a lot of entrepreneurs actually, is that sometimes there's cases where you don't get paid, and people always ask us, well, do you sue the person? And it's like, with what money though? And then on top of that, once I sue them, it's like, how long is it gonna be for me to go and collect my stuff, right? And
Yeah, it
then
ain't working.
what if they don't even have it at the end of the day if you do win? What if they're like that broke, they don't have it, it just there's nothing you can do
Yeah, it ain't working.
unless it's a certain dollar amount, but like generally these what we're transacting is not anything significant really. So you just have to eat
Yeah,
it. But that's why I do the front end though, because I've lost one time about like it's not that I lost it, but I did do the work and we're
yeah.
supposed to get like a high commission amount of like somewhere between like seven, almost six figures, right? And they never paid
Yeah.
us. And we did all this work.
What? So
Yeah,
they
because
burned you
we
for 100 grand.
like yeah, because we got that we got him like 500,000. It was a lot. It was a huge amount and it was multiple people that we hoped and they just didn't pay us. So we're like, I was just at that point, I was like, yeah, this is not cool anymore.
Yeah, I mean that, but I ain't gonna say it's common, but I'm saying like even with income taxes, because I've
Mhm.
done people taxes for free.
Right.
If you're in a bind, yeah, I'll help you out. But it got to the point I don't like I don't want to bring on a client that doesn't appreciate my work.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I have these filters actually, is like because once I started adding certain things that made it harder for them to buy my offer, I
Yeah,
started to get better like clients that appreciate.
quality of clients.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I do what I do. And I was wondering, you say you do taxes. Do you do that for yourself? Like, do you work at a firm? Do you
No.
have a book of business?
Let me say it in a better way.
Hmm.
I used to do taxes for other people. I'm involved with quite a few people who want me to work under them. Last year, there was a CPA I wanted to learn from. She put me on her payroll, and it was just something about her, like it was something that didn't like align with me. So
Right.
we parted ways. We kind of got to know each other, and a friend of mine had introduced me to her, and my friend said, "Oh yeah, she got me back six figures." So in my mind, I was like, "Well, I'd like to learn that skill." And they was like, "Well, how about I connect you?" And we talked and so forth. But my point is, yes, I had a book of business
Mm,
and I still can reach out to those people, but like I really like what you said, I never really got burnt for
mm.
no money, but it's like it kind of annoyed me how people act. And it's like, well, I value my peace of mind more than the money because the money was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead of having, like right now, I'm in a group, they're like, hey, everybody do 5 returns a day.
Mm.
And when I really like the guy, he was talking about some weird percentages. And I'm like, me and him, we cool, but it just didn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know was fair and but I'm really, like I say, I'm at a point in my life, man, to where one, I'm learning, and I
Mm.
take tax classes all the time, all the time. I mean, I just bought some,
Are you still doing
and
taxes?
yes and no.
Okay.
I have a couple clients, but instead of doing, we'll just say 100 a year, I rather focus on providing better service to, we'll just say, uh, 10 people. You
Okay,
know what I mean? Just uh, focusing on a better quality of people, if
you
that
got
makes
it.
sense.
So then, and then you have your tax business. You're thinking about doing the contracting, the military contracting, right? Um, is that like
Yeah,
in the,
government contracting.
yeah? Is the
Yes, sir.
taxes like 1099? Like, is that your own thing, kind of, or is it W-2?
No, actually, like they have many different types of W-9s, and when I worked in a
Mhm.
tax office, they would give me a 1099 miscellaneous or a 1099 NEC, which is non-employee compensation.
Right. Because like,
And
oh, go on.
no, I'm just saying, like, I took it upon myself to learn about like the 1099A, the 1099B, the
Right.
1099C, the 1099 OID. But as far as like the W-2s and the W-4s, and like sometimes my way of thinking goes beyond the people I'm working around. And
I see.
it's kind of frustrating, but I'm happy. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And then once I started looking at like the peace of mind part, you know what I'm saying? I stopped focusing on the money. I and like the depth of service. That's what I really focus on, the depth of
Yeah.
service.
Well,
Yeah.
you mentioned that part of the reason to go to government contracting is you want to basically have your own thing going, right? But is there like, I guess, any other reason why government contracting, like what that would do for you? Like what would it also allow you to do, I guess, if you were to do that instead of what you're
Well,
doing now?
well, the thing about government contracting, right? Uh, I bought a couple courses, and the guy, like, I'm in the Houston area, so the guy, he came out to Houston, and I met him and I talked to him, and I like the fact that he's trying to teach people a skill to where they
Hmm.
can afford to quit their job,
Okay.
right? Even taxes, right? I don't have to file taxes for nobody. So, like, I can get quite a bit of money just filing taxes for myself.
Right.
And but as far as like providing a service and having a solid stream of income, the government contract, and I found some office spaces where the government wants to use them. And I don't necessarily have to say sell products, whether it's dog food, whether it's
Mhm.
like parts of a missile. And so I'm just learning, and it's like I'm enjoying the ride.
Got it.
But
And
I'm listening.
oh no, you're good. To basically it'll allow you to quit your job, but have you tried anything else besides government contracting, or is this like your first something your first time
No,
trying
no,
something?
no, no, no. I've tried different things, and one thing I've realized, like, even uh last night I was talking to a guy, and the guy, it's funny because he had asked me to mentor him, and he had got involved with these people who were doing funding, and the people were doing some slick stuff.
Hmm.
And so it's like you got different kinds of people, you got different kinds of people who do this and do that. And so I was interested in learning uh, the funding. And
Right.
a couple years ago, I was messing with a company, and they showed me how to create LLCs. And we turned around and used that LLC and got one of my clients funded for 60,000. Now, this is my first time. But
Right.
my point of telling you is that I'm open to learn. It's just I'm noticing that certain things I'm open to learn may not necessarily be for me, if that makes sense.
Mm,
It's like I'm interested in learning funding, but it may take me too long to get that skill down and monetize it. So, I'm kind of
right.
just looking for something that aligns with what I'm able to do. You know
I
what I
see.
mean?
Got it. No, yeah, for sure. Well, whatever route you want to take, like as far as like which route you want to go, I can't really, well, it's not that I can't, it's just that I don't do that type of coaching, right? But whether you decide to do the government contracting and if you want a solid like financial plan to be able to get funded,
Yeah,
my school can help with that. Right? Now, on the flip side though, and because I've noticed that there's two types of people coming in actually now, is people that want to get funded and then is people that want to do what I'm doing so that they can get paid, right? And the thing is that I let everyone know is that the premium plan teaches you how to do the funding specifically for yourself. However, if you basically apply everything that I teach to do it for yourself, you can go and do it for others, right? And now the reason I'm telling you this is because it kind of has to do with your of like how you're in different in the government contracting course, right?
yeah,
The way that you can get more time is to dip into the things that you're already doing. And so that's why I was asking about the tax business because I don't know if you ever get business owners or people that want to start businesses, right?
yeah,
Simply by like you don't even have to take it that far, but you can just share the referral link and if they sign up for the premium plan within I think 30 days, you can make money that way, right? Or you can take it as far as to like referring people or you even just do it yourself, right? But
yeah.
I think whatever you decide to do, whether it's government contracting or something else like the school program, my school plan can definitely help for sure.
And you have an affiliate link inside of your school platform?
Yeah, absolutely. The when you log in, you click the invite people, you can use that. And then if you ever get a funding client, like we can always talk about like how I split because I'm allowed to split commissions. That's what's cool, right? And like we can always talk that over, but um that's kind of like where I'm at right now is like seems like there's a couple things that you're thinking about doing and yeah, my school can help, right? Whether it be to get funding or if you want to learn to fund to make money, you know. I don't know what you're
Yes,
thinking
sir.
though. What are your thoughts as far as everything I've gone over?
Well, hey, I'm looking at your school platform and I like what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen different platforms and some have a little bit, and yours is like I just like the layout. And
Mhm.
I can't make promises because my vision was to get my clients funded
Right.
and without being too salesy, help them understand, hey, you could take some of your tax refund money, get your credit fixed,
Hmm.
and pay someone to help you get funded. Because a lot of my clients,
Hmm.
their credit was jacked up. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I'm in a nice part of town, but a lot of my tax clients were not business owners. A couple of them were, but
Right.
most of them were just normal everyday people. And that kind of turned me off towards doing business or seriously looking forward to doing long-term business with these guys. I mean, they just, some of these guys like have potential and, the tax industry is weird to me, but it's like, I have a thought or a vision and then I'm examining it like, hey, should I continue to walk out this vision? And, you know, I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste money. And so I'm really just trying to make sure that one, I have my people like Ty Lopez. This guy, I heard about Ty Lopez a long time ago, and I noticed a lot of people. You got to go to this website, you pay for the service, and after you pay, then you get the service.
Right.
But he's not dealing with people.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He's providing the service, but he don't have to interact with the people. And that's the part about taxes that I kind of wanted to get away from. It's just
Yeah.
dealing with people. Yeah, I was thinking about like selling the software, you know what I mean? So, but
No, for
I'm
sure.
but I don't want to keep you, man. I appreciate your time and you explaining this stuff, man. I definitely think you're a cool guy, and I'm gonna go through your information and uh and see if I can learn a little bit more. But I know, uh, like I say, my vision. I don't know if that'll work or not. That's just a thought.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's just a
Well,
thought and an idea.
Well, the cool thing about whatever you decide is that my school can help, right? Because we don't even have to talk about the referral programming like at all, like moving forward, right? But whatever
Yeah.
you decide, like whatever generally the business model you pick, like this will work. So this works for Turo, Amazon, real estate investors like fix and flippers, even people in the sub two group by Pace Morby. I have a lot of people in sub two using this, right? So that's
Who?
why
Pace Morby?
Pace Morby. Yeah, I'm in sub two, and it's not like I know Pace Morby like that, but I'm in the group. And what I'm saying though is that a lot of the people starting the real estate business are they do it with the business cards. A lot of people starting their Amazon stores, they do it with the business cards. People starting faceless YouTube channels, they can do it with the business cards. Like, it's such a flexible way to do it. And so because like you're right. You need the skill, but then after that, you kind of need some reserves, right? So so yeah. Are you there? I don't know if you're still there or not. Okay. Well, if you need anything, I guess contact me. I'm gonna disconnect now because I can't hear you. Um, it was a good call. Message me. Be active in the group. Post whatever you want. Make good comments, right? Be proactive in your learning, and yeah, have a good day.